Okay, welcome back, folks. So today we have the debut of Max Fire Guy. We're gonna call him Max. He's playing blue, and his opponent for today is Boggs in red. Now, Max, in his description to this replay, he straight up said that he and his opponent probably aren't on the higher end of the skill tree, but like I've said before in many videos before, I couldn't care less so long as the game is interesting. All right. Now, of course, trying to evaluate whether a game is interesting or not, that's a pretty difficult thing to do, right? I've received quite a lot of replays which I have actually recorded, but have decided not to post it because, as I've said before in another time, it's not really something I do. If I'm not gonna watch it, right, then I'm not gonna post it and make somebody else watch it. Yeah, that's my philosophy for that. Now, this right here is very interesting. For someone that says that they're not too high on the elo ladder, this is the right move for blue here. You've got to give up the eastern peninsula here. You have two bridges and no cities on the other side. So if you sustain an engagement on this flank, you have to cycle in and out across these two bridges, of which you have very little space to do so. So excellent maneuver there. However, the way you pulled out, that's yeah, very dangerous the way you did it. But hey, at least you got pretty much everybody out of there. This lone armor unit might not be able to get out, but one dot for the entire flank to get out of dodge. I'd take that as a win. Yep, no problem there. So we have three cities being boosted eco-wise by Max. And on Red's side, it's very late. So Red decided to go for a more aggressive strategy. He kept his units on the front, kept the sustainment of the pushing out here from Blue's southern flank. And only now is replenishing his depleted dots, pulling them back, and only now is getting significant boosting going on. He is up by eco though. Okay, that's interesting. Oh, that's because Max is already building units. Well, there goes that. Going for lights. Nice. You love to see it. On a map like this, you know, going tanks is completely fine. You have a lot of terrain. You've got open plains, tiles, and hills. So you've got a lot of room to maneuver armored forces on this map. So yeah, no problem going tanks on this one. Max also said that there's going to be some Navy gameplay. We already saw some right there in the extrication of the forces on the eastern bank of the river. But will we see even more? We shall see. Got some redeployment on red side here. Oh yeah, I think we are going to see. This is a misplay right here. You need to give it some time to convert into a boat. If we've got two light units converting into boats now as well. All right. Very nice push on the north side here. We are not seeing a lot of cycling going on. In fact, I don't think we've really seen any cycling. I didn't really notice it like happening on the southern flank here. And just looking by how Red is maneuvering his forces, he's just pulling back the depleted units all the way back to the city. And yeah, that's about it. All right, counter the naval invasion. Very nice. Just deploy the armor on the embankment there. Yeah, Navy units trying to just try to trade on this, it's even worse than trying to trade on land if it's a light against a armored unit. So that's not going to go well at all. And Red's heavy Navy unit, he's just chilling. He's just watching everyone getting slaughtered in front of him. That's amazing. Oh, okay. So Max went and converted one of his own Navy units, and he's just sweeping up the kills here. Oh, very nice. I like that. I like that. Okay, red still going for pushing. Okay, so I was told that I can move the map when I'm zoomed in, but I can't do that. Hmm. Or maybe I'm missing a button somewhere. Might be a toggle thing. I'll figure it out another day. But yeah, in the south side here, we've got two red naval units trying to conduct an amphibious assault. It's not a good idea, guys. When you're doing navy stuff, right, and amphibious assaults, if it's already contested, just pull out. 9 times out of 10, it's just not going to work. In fact, I'd say 99 out of 100 times. We'll go with that, 99% instead of just 90%. I think I've showcased only one replay where we saw, and I think it was Mr. G against Smith, two regulars of the show. They went at it on a very different map. and they got I think Mr. G actually got a win on an amphibious assault that was contested, but he only succeeded because Smith's land units that were contesting the invasion, they were all heavily depleted at that point, and they were outnumbered 2 to 1. So you gotta do some calculations on these things, but just straight up, if it's two evenly skilled players going at each other, I wouldn't recommend it. I wouldn't recommend it at all, especially like this trade right here. Not a good trade. The Navy units do less damage. There's a guide on the War of Dots official Discord server. I don't know who actually wrote it, but the guys that wrote it, I don't think I've ever seen them in the game, or I've ever casted a replay, or I've ever seen them say anything on the Discord. Maybe they've got like different usernames. There's a lot of people going around with different usernames in game and on Discord and whatnot. So who knows? Um, but yeah, last I checked, the damage that the Navy units do is much lower than their land counterparts. So yeah, this is not good trades. But because it started off with a 2-on-1, and this armor unit was already depleted before the engagement occurred, yeah, you can get a kill like that every now and then, but like I said, not recommended, just as a rule of thumb. Yeah, we are not seeing good cycling by either player. We're just going at each other. Troops have depleted significantly. Good lord. Yeah, Max is already up 2 to 1 on troops. It's just all the Navy units. Okay, so Max, he got an encirclement on this guy that's across on the riverside here. Very nice. Yeah, pin him with your armor unit. Oh, he's just not even looking, so you don't need to even pin him. Well, that's that. Right. All Max needs to do now is actually just go on the offensive. Even if he doesn't do any proper cycling anymore, it doesn't matter at this point. 2 to 1 troop ratio advantage. That's basically strategically decisive. Very rare to see a comeback from this kind of a situation. And the way you can come back from the situation if you're Boggs is, hope Max doesn't go on the offensive and be super aggressive. But no, he sees the opportunity and he's going for it. Well, there you go. Yeah, I think he ought to have this one in the bag. Yep, just a matter of time at this point. So, things to yap about. I got two things to address. First off, I had a comment on one of my earlier videos. I think it was the guy video. And I'm just going to go on the assumption that it wasn't a troll and it was somebody that was genuinely, like, didn't understand things. But basically, right, when you are referring to subjects in an unknown conversation or an unknown context, right, if you don't know what the participants are, the default pronouns is he and him, right? He and him, not only in English, but in like majority of other languages out there, is the gender neutral pronoun when you don't know who the participants are. This is grammar. Okay, grammar is the rule set that governs the use of a language, and this is what at least I was taught when I went to school. But like I said, I'm just going to the assumption that maybe this person didn't know that, like hadn't got to that part in English yet, or maybe it's not their first language. You never know. But yeah, that's something that I wanted to put out there. I've never been accused of a grammar Nazi before, but yeah, it is what it is. I just had to put it out there because the person wrote like 2 sentences, which is pretty long by YouTube comment, standards. So I figured, okay, well, you know what? I'll say something about it. Okay, why not? Anyways, the second thing that needed to be addressed, that I had a comment by somebody that didn't actually watch the video. They thought they were being a smartass. They weren't. Complaining about my style of commentary, especially during the longer games. He did not like the Yap sessions. But the problem is, right, is that the War of Dots for the last like 2 months and the style that done my commentaries on basically has kind of made my channel for myself personally. Like by other metrics, my channel is like really small, and some people would say not successful. I couldn't give a damn what they said. I've broken 1,000 subs. I'm monetized. YouTube can pay almost half of my rent now. I could get care less. But what gets me is that the fact that the person actually didn't watch the video, because the criticism that he put out, one was the yapping. Okay, that one I can understand. Not everyone's style. But he also said in his own comment, it's like, I'm gonna go, not go watch something else. At which point, it's 2026, it's YouTube. That's the whole point. It's why it's called YouTube. If you don't like something, you can go and, have freedom of will and choice to go watch something else. Nobody here is under any obligation to, cater to everyone's person's needs and wants. It's so wild. It's absolutely bizarre. But the other one that he said, which kind of got at me, was that he wanted an analysis, like if it was a stalemate situation, then say what to do. I have almost 50 videos of War of Dots out there. In 30 of those videos, I've already explained every single time. And gee, guys, I mean, to me personally, it's getting repetitive because in War of Dots, when you get into a stalemate position, there really is only like 2, 3 plays. And I repeat the same 2, 3 plays every single time. At some point, I myself get a little bit bored. Okay, we have the first falling of the cities there by blue. It's basically Jover. It was Jover about 5 minutes ago, if I'm gonna be perfectly honest. But just for the sake of brevity, it's only 15 minutes long, or at least that's what Max said it would take. I still need the timer back. Dev, please give me the timer back. Um, yeah, dude, Max, just go all in, man. Once you see like the troop ratio, once it breaks 2 to 1, when it breaks 2 to 1, you just go full offensive. And the only thing that you need to keep in mind when you're going fully offensive is don't blunder in encirclement. That's the only way that the opponent can make a comeback. But so long as if you're still equal in cities, or yeah, if you're still equal on cities and you're 2 to 1 ratio, just go for it, man. Just full blitz and it's Jover. There's nothing he can do except for the encirclements, of course, which you can always counter with just play. Yeah, micro. Okay, where was I going at? Oh yeah, commentating about stalemates positions. The funny thing is, in that video, I gave all 2 plays as to what you need to do to break a stalemate. Oh, so the guy didn't actually even watch the video. So like, yo, dude, don't let the door hit your ass on the way out. All right, goodbye. Anyways, so yeah, that was the 2 things I wanted to address. Yeah, dude, Max, there's no need to be this conservative. This guy is not gonna be like, some miracle worker. Okay, he's not Scotty from Enterprise, from Star Trek. He's not gonna like, do some miracle play with only 45,000 troops to your 300,000. I don't think I've ever seen anybody, not even like the best players, in like a situation here was 5 to 1 troop ratio advantage. No, very rare. Like I said, I think I have. Yeah, there you go. Victory. Reg conceded. Very rare to see even at like a 2 to 1 ratio. I think I've showcased only 2 games so far, and I think both of them. No, one of them was a free for all game, so we don't count that one. Yes, but yeah, I did like the Navy gameplay, especially the withdrawal from the embankment, and then Red's attempt at amphibious invasions gave me something to talk about. So I was totally entertained. Very short and sweet replay. So if you want to send in your own replay, you can find me on the War of Dots official Discord server. The link on the website, which I will put in the link below. The link for the server invite was broken for some time, but it should be fixed by now because I informed the mods. But yeah, you can find me through the War of Dots official Discord server. DM me the replay and brief description of kind of what happened or why you think the battle is interesting, to be showcased. Don't friend request me. And yeah, I'll see what I can do. No guarantees that your replays are gonna end up on YouTube, folks, because I've got other things going on in life right now, and also trying to do other projects for YouTube, other games. So yeah, there's that. Well, if you made it this far, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.